Get it over.
From the SPT 1113 list of topics about the taming of the shrew, I choose to discuss what happens in Scene 1 of Act 5. In this scene, there is a lot of commotion and deceit. The reason for all the commotion is to provide a distraction for Lucentio and Bianca. There are many things going on at once in the scene which may cause some confusion for the audience. To help the audience understand, Lucentio is disguised as Gambino, Tranio is disguised as Lucentio, and the merchant is disguised as Vicentinio. I will be informing you about what happens in Scene 1 of Act 5 in The Taming of the Shrew by William Shakespeare. First, Vicentinio's real father shows up unexpected. No one was expecting Vicentinio to come to Padua to check on his son Vicentinio, who is disguised as Cambio. This really threw Treno, who is disguised as Lucentio, in for a loop because a plan was already set in place for Lucentio and Bianca to get married, and this could have ruined it. With this unexpected surprise, it caused a great ordeal that played in favor of the secret marriage. Lucentio and Treno hired a merchant to pretend to be Vicentinio in order to get Baptista to promise Bianca to Treno, who is disguised as Lucentio. This created a confrontation between the merchant and Vicentinio because they were arguing who was the real Vicentinio. Then, Treno, disguised as Lucentio, denied the real Vicentinio, which made him furious enough to cause an even larger scene. This almost went too far because the real Vicentinio was almost taken to jail for being an imposter until Lucentio showed up and told the truth. Vicentinio at first was not very forgiving, but eventually realized all the lying was for good intentions. The Taming of the Shrew, performed by the Theater and Dance Department and the University of Alaska at Anchorage, did an amazing job performing this play. They really captured all the anger and confusion of who was really who and what was going on. In my opinion, being able to portray this anger and confusion really helps the audience feel like they are a part of this play. Second, Vicentinio and Bianca get married secretly. The confrontation between the merchant, Vicentinio, Treno, and Baptista gave Lucentio and Bianca enough time to get married. Bondello already had the priest ready at the church to marry Vicentinio and Bianca, but without the confrontation, Baptista may have noticed Bianca's disappearance. Although this distraction was not planned, it played in Lucentio's and Bianca's favor. SparkNotes points out that even though Lucentio disguised himself as Cambio, his true nature impressed Baptista enough for him to let the marriage stand. The website also says that now Lucentio has changed back from Cambio, the success of the marriage is still questionable. Lastly, Catherine is ashamed to kiss Patricio, but she ends up doing it anyway. The script reads, "First kiss me, Kate, and we will." This is where Patricio asks Catherine to kiss him while they are out in the open. I believe that this is the test to see if Catherine is still being a shrew. Then the script also says, "What, in the midst of the street?" After Patricio asks Catherine to kiss him, she acts ashamed to kiss him out in the open. Patricio tells her that they will go back home then, so she kisses him anyway. The fact that she listens to Patricio instead of causing a scene lets the audience see the transformation she is going through. First, she was very wild and outspoken, but now she seems calm and obedient. This also lets the audience know that Patricia's approach at taming the shrew is showing progress and also seems to be successful. In conclusion, I have informed you about what happens in Scene 1 of Act 5 in The Taming of the Shrew by William Shakespeare. Lucinda's real father, Vincentino, shows up to Padua, which creates a huge scene. This scene acts as a distraction to help Lucentino and Bianca get married secretly. Also, by Catherine kissing Patricio, even though she did not want to, shows she is transforming into the ideal wife. I am going to recite some of Lucentino's lines. This is after the secret wedding, when Baptista found out Lucentino was lying about who he really is. Love wrought these miracles. Bianca's love made me exchange my state with Trano, while he did bear my countenance in the town, and happily I have arrived at last unto the wished heavens of my bliss. What Trano did, myself enforced him to. Then pardon him, sweet Father, for my sake. Thank you.
Is all that necessary?